Hi everyone. Um, Today my theme is going to be sometimes the monster is real. um, what is it about? Why is the monster real? Why is there a monster? Okay. Um, when you're a child and you're sleeping in your bed and you wake up in the middle of the night and suddenly see a shape against, you know, maybe your wall and in a brief moment you start configuring an image out of that shape and that shape becomes very real to you and you see a type of a monster. You then start screaming and a parent comes into your room and they will put on the light and then you will suddenly realize that as you look at that image again, it wasn't really a monster, it was only your coat or it was only the cat sitting there, something like that. So then you will grow up thinking that sometimes our mind creates a monster, but there's not really a monster. It's not really what it is. What it is something tangible. It's a coat, it's a cat. It's not real. Okay. Okay, being in an abusive relationship um, has the problem of living with two people. The abuser is not always abusive. They might be very nice to you sometimes, even seem to be want to be nice to you, seem to be trying really hard not to be abusive, etc., etc. There might be days that's so good and normal that you think, wow, this is really working out. The therapy is working out, or the way that I'm trying to deal with the abuse is working out. The abuser is not abusive anymore. It's like it's the one or the other. And then usually the abuse will then uh, continue, but maybe in variables of like every 2 weeks or every other day, or like maybe even a month will go past. Um, Even a month will go past and there will not be abuse. And in that way, you can think that that abuse was just a fleeting moment. It was something that was wrong. The person didn't mean it. It was just a moment of them being down, or and they didn't understand what they were doing, etc., etc. So you start thinking that the monster is not really real. This nice person, this is your real partner, and the abuse that happens to you ever, so often is really not your partner. Or you have to start thinking that that abusive person, that's really your partner, and this nice person isn't. It's like you have to choose between the two. And I think for most people, it's like you want to look on the upside, you want to be positive, you want to be a good partner. So you can ignore or think that these abusive moments are only, sort of something that went wrong, or it doesn't really exist, or it didn't really happen, or if it happened, it doesn't make any sense to you. I think that's a big problem. And also having been in that situation, I know that how long, for many years, I've just try and comprehend these two people that I'm living with. And it took me a very long time to realize that the monster is not a mistake. It wasn't unintentional. It wasn't something that shouldn't have happened, but sorry, it did happen, and please forgive me, and I didn't really mean it. Um, Sometimes the monster is real. And I think that you cannot take responsibility for what the other person does. And if they're having destructive behavior, even if they're having nice behavior, non destructive behavior in between, it means that you have a person that is destructive as well. And you need to decide what you're going to do with that. And I think if he's not really addressing the monster, if I can call it that way, heads on, and you can see a lot of work there, and he's really, going through a lot of therapy. I mean, a lot of therapy, trauma therapy, reading books up on verbal abuse. He's really in an intense program. He is not facing the monster. He's just having the monster in the closet. And in your case, then the monster is still real. It's not going to go away, and nothing that you can do can make that change. I think that is important. When it's going good, please know that the monster is still present. And also, when it's going bad, probably the nice part is also present. I'm not sure how it works exactly. Um, so I hope this post, I can't really say it's encouraging, but I hope it's giving you some ground under your feet, and maybe giving you assurance that this thing that you've been feeling, this fight between, is this person good to me or bad to me? And I think that you can know that they are good to you, but also bad to you, and that is still destructive. Um, Please comment, and I'm also going to do something else about the monster in another post. Thank you.